I started my Pokemon business 3 years ago, but this is my first year of actually being able to get product from a distributor and sell it on my own online website. I've been sharing my journey as we've gone along the way. Right now, we're in a very weird time where Surging Sparks came in and everything just sold out on day one. And now we're waiting for Prismatic Evolution, but the quantity that we're able to get is very low. And it's also going to sell out all on day one, essentially. The question is, then what? What can we get after that set comes out? And what can we get right now? And what we can get right now is what I wanted to talk about today. What can I buy from my distributor today? What kind of profit would I stand to make from it? And is it even worth it? Let's get to it. All right, so I thought I'd take you on a journey of all the Pokemon products that I can get right now, starting with the latest set and working backwards. So Surging Sparks. Booster boxes and everything else, there's absolutely none. I cannot buy any from my distributor. Forget about it. Now, I think that you can walk into Target, Walmart on restock day, and you're probably going to be able to get some, but I can't get some, so I can't make any profit whatsoever on Surging Sparks anymore. I got a little bit, about 20% return on investment, which I shared in a previous video. But right now, I can't make any money off of it. I wish I could stock my store. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. About 5 days ago, a week ago, I thought I was going to get a whole bunch of the new collector chests with Pikachu on it. It had a cost for me of about $20, and the market for that is $29.99. That's a 50% profit or return on investment. I spend 20, I make 10. Now we got to factor in probably about, 4% or more that I'm going to lose for just the cost of being in business, depending on whether or not you pay shipping, things like that. It's going to factor into that. But that would have been a great deal. Those are gone too. So, I tried to buy a whole bunch of them about a week ago, and the day I went to buy them is the day that they sold out completely. If you see those out there in the wild, it's a pretty good deal. For $29.99, it's going to get you 2 packs of Surging Sparks, 3 Stellar Crown, and 1 Twilight Masquerade of the recent sets. It's a pretty good deal. If you can get a deal on them, even better. All right, so there's no Surging Sparks for me to be had. Well, what about Stellar Crown, the set before that? I can get some Stellar Crown. They've got ETBs. They're about $31. The current market for the ETBs, according to TCG Player, is $42.99. That's actually a 39% return on investment. That would be absolutely phenomenal. But I already have a whole bunch in stock. They're on my website. They're $36.99. They're not really moving that fast at that price. So I definitely don't want to go to my distributor and buy any more until those start moving and selling out. So that's where we are with that product. If I could sell it at market, the 39% would actually be pretty good, and I'd be really happy with that. Let's talk about the booster boxes. The booster boxes would cost me $110 to get those. The current market is only $119.99. That is a 9% return on investment if you didn't have to pay for any kind of packaging material, shipping, anything. It's absolutely a terrible, terrible markup to buy at 110 and sell for 120. It's just not sustainable. It's a loss. To me, it would be a loss. I do have 3 in stock. I did buy them on before the set came out. So if I buy pre-orders, I can get them for about $95, $94.50 if you want me to be exact. That still is barely any profit. It's a big expense to buy a whole bunch of booster boxes when people are selling them for hardly any markup at all. We're talking about 15% markup. So me going back and buying more Stellar Crown booster boxes right now makes absolutely no sense to me. Now, the build and battle kits, those would cost me about $13. The market for that is $17.89, but they're not a fast sell. I did have some. I did sell out of them, but I don't buy a ton of build and battles. Some people like them. If I saw them start to fly off, or if it's a set like Surging Sparks, I would just go ham and order a whole bunch of them. If I could sell them at $17.89, that is a 38% return on investment, $13 in, $17.89 out. That's actually pretty good. It's just whether or not the question is, will it sell? It's probably worth me picking up some, not a whole lot, but some just to have on the shelf in case somebody does want some. That's about it for Stellar Crown. Those are the 3 items currently available: the ETBs, the booster boxes, and the build and battle. Really, I've already got the ETBs in stock, and I'm already selling them for a smaller markup than the current market. And build and battle, I could actually add some more of those. It wouldn't hurt to invest in some of those and get them on the shelf. All right, let's step backwards to Twilight Masquerade. Fantastic set. It's got the Greninja in there that you can chase. It's got the Eevee illustration rare. Not too bad. They got the build and battles for those, $13. Those are selling for $17.20 according to TCG Marketplace. That's about a 32% return on investment. I'm already selling them. I got them for $16.99, which is even less than that 32% markup. I got about 28 of them in stock right now. I could go get some more, but unless I start seeing them fly off the shelf, I really don't want to go invest more in that product. Booster boxes, they had them. They were $140 and a limit of 1. They've now sold out. There is no more Twilight Masquerade booster boxes at my distributor. And at $140, they were charging me $140. The market is $154. That is a 10% markup if I bought them at $140. Again, terrible when you factor in shipping materials, costs of running a business. You know, you got to pay your state money every year. You got to pay your taxes, people. 10% is absolutely horrible. Back to school collector chests. Those currently would cost me $18. They are on TCG Marketplace for $18.96. It's a wash. That is a 5% markup, but again, wiped out when you factor in shipping. They've got 2 packs of Twilight Masquerade in there, 2 Temporal Forces, 1 Obsidian Flames, and 1 Paradox Rift. So it's not an awful product. It's going to get you, to me, I like getting the 2 Twilight, 2 Temporal Forces. I could care less about the OBF and the Paradox Rift. But there's zero market to be made. There's no money to make in that. It's not something I want to go back to my distributor and buy any more of. We got the Paradox Destiny's tins. I think those are actually fantastic tins. They got a great promo on the front of the ancient and future Pokemon that some of them actually sell for like $4 or $5. Those would cost me $17 to pick up more of them, but the current market of those tins is only $22. That's not awful. It's a 33% markup. If you factor in shipping and all that other jazz, you're probably making a 20% markup if you can sell them. I'm not selling them. I have them listed for $19.99. They got 2 packs of Twilight Masquerade, 1 Temporal Forces, 1 Obsidian Flames, and 1 Paradox Rift. I like the other tin better, the collector chest better, except for the promo. The promo here is what sells it for me, and you still do get 3 good packs and 2 not so good. But again, they're not selling super fast, so it's definitely not something I want to go back to my distributor and pick up. That's all there is for Twilight Masquerade that's available. So we'll step backwards now to Temporal Forces. They got the ETBs. No, sorry. They had the ETBs when I started working on this video and thinking about what I was going to include in it. They since sold out of them. The current market, they were $32. The current market was $41. That's a 28% markup. Not factoring in all of your expenses, which isn't awful. It's better than nothing, but they since sold out of the Temporal Forces ETBs. So unless they start stocking and getting more of any of these sets, which I haven't really seen anything, it does seem like maybe they got some Paldea Evolved in recently, but we'll get to that in a minute. So where were we? Build and battles. They would cost me $13. They sell for $15, 17% markup. Not even worth buying into it. Booster boxes, I can get them. They're $120. I have a limit of 1 case. However, Temporal Forces booster boxes are only going for $134. That's only a 12% markup. again, factor in shipping. I do free shipping in 150. Makes no sense to me to go back and get any of those. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. There's just no money to be made there. 3-pack blisters, the Temporal Forces, they cost me $10. They sell for about $13.33. That's a 33% markup. That's not bad. That's something that if I can get them to sell, probably worth going back and picking up a few cases of those, maybe more, to see if I can get them to sell out. And that's it for Temporal Forces that's in the distro. Let's move back to Paradox Rift. There's no booster boxes. Those used to be pretty easy to get for like $90 because they weren't selling. They got marked down even by distro. Market is now $122. It seems like Paradox Rift booster boxes are slightly on the rise. It's hasn't been $122, and it's not a huge incline, but it does seem, if you look at TCG Player, to be starting to head in an upward direction. I don't know why. People must be wanting to chase some stuff out of there. Anyways, I have some of those in stock as it is, $119.99. So when those are gone, I won't be able to buy any more unless there's some sort of reprint or something. Building battle boxes, same deal as the other ones. They're $13. I can still pick those up. The market is about $16, a 25% markup. I'm just not sure if Paradox Rift, Building Battle are things that are really going to move off the shelf and be worth picking up. I can get sleeves for like $270. They sell for about $334. That's a 24% markup. Could be worth buying a case or two of those to see if I can move them. Again, really, once you factor in the shipping, it's not a lot. But it is good to have stuff on the shelf that people want to buy. Otherwise, they're just going to move on to other stores. Last thing for Paradox Drift they have is the 3-pack blisters. They cost me $9. They're going for $10.88. Again, another 25% markup. Might be something worth picking up just to have again. So I think on the Paradox Rift, now people don't really like it a lot, so I'm a little skeptical about adding a whole bunch of inventory of that when people have moved on and people are gearing up to get Prismatic Evolution and other stuff. Paldean Fates, I think it's a fantastic set. A lot of people don't like it. It's got some huge 3 or 4 really good special illustration rares that are just phenomenal. There's none. So you like Paldean Fates, you find that in the wild, pick it up. I can't get any of it. Who knows if I'll ever get any of it again. It's a great set, but I cannot invest in any of that right now for the shop because it's not there. Obsidian Flames, and we will go for 151. I'll tell you about 151 at the end, but Obsidian Flames, they're down to pretty much just booster boxes. I'm not gonna, from here on out, I'm not gonna go into for Obsidian, Paldea Evolved, and SV1. I'm not gonna include everything. There are a few other things like Build and Battle, but just to keep it moving, we'll just talk about booster boxes and ETBs. Obsidian Flame booster boxes, I can only get 6. They're 110. Current market is 123.88. That's a 13% markup. Is it on the rise? I don't know. I mean, a little bit. If you look at it on TCG Market Player, we'll see how Obsidian Flames goes, but I can only get a case. So is it even worth sinking $660 into a case to make 13% minus, let's say, 4% for shipping and whatever? I don't know. To me, I'm a little afraid to put that much money into a set that people don't really care that much about. Yeah, there's a Charizard, but it comes up easy and it doesn't go for a lot. Paldea Evolved booster boxes sold out. They don't have any market. They had them for $120. So you're not going to get like great deals always. Once the pre-orders are over, it's market price minus a little bit. Market price for Paldea Evolved booster boxes about $142. If I was able to still get them a week ago at $120, that's about an 18% markup. That's not too bad. That's something that I would definitely probably buy some. Paldea Evolve is a great set. People do think positively about it. Even if they sat on the shelf for a while, I could just sit them up there for, $149.99, make 25%, and when they sell, they sell. I could be sitting on them for a long time. So I kind of like to get stuff in and get it moving, take that 20%, get working on the next. But right now we're in this lull. I have what I have. I'm not getting any super hot items. Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade. I'd like to get more of that. ETBs are out of them. I think I do have maybe like one left for $34.99 on the site. SV1 booster boxes, they have gone up. They used to be dirt cheap. They're 110 now, and they're only selling for $117.79. So that's only a 7% markup. That's like the worst of the booster boxes right now. If they were going for like $90, it'd probably be worth investing in some. Could it be on the rise? I don't know. Maybe not as much as some of the other ones. SV1 ETBs, they are $30. Retail or what the market right now is $35. So that's only a 17% markup. They're heavy. I think they're 2 pounds a piece, if I remember correctly. Maybe they're 1 pound. Booster boxes are 2 pounds, or are they 4 pounds? I don't know. But ETBs are big. Booster boxes are heavy. So, especially with a site like mine that I offer free shipping at $150, that can really tank all of your profit if the markup's only about 17%. So it's kind of rough. All right, last but not least, let's talk about 151. They actually have some product of 151 back in the distro. It is the Ultra Premium Collection. Put your guesses in the comments right now what you think it would cost to get UPCs of 151 from distro right now. 3, 2, 1, $200. That's right. This product was supposed to be $119.99 at retail because of market prices and whatnot. Distro adjusts based on that. They want to leave just a tiny bit on the bone for you, but they want to get as much as they possibly can. I can get some. There's a limit of only 8, so $200 a piece. I feel super shady buying them at $200 and selling them for like $250. And market price is $240, $235, $236. That's only an 18% markup. Like shelling out $2,000 or $1,000 for 4 or 8, because I would only buy in cases. Just seems like a lot of money to put up front in order to hope that you get an 18% return, and they're big and bulky and heavy. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you buy 151 UPCs at $200 to try to go sell for $250, $240, $250? So that's what it's like for me on the market right now as a small shop. What I have available to me to invest in, what it would cost. And, I really do see it as investing, because I got to invest in these products and hope that I can sell them. Buying stuff is easy. Getting it to move is hard, and getting it to move at a reasonable profit is extremely hard in a lot of the circumstances. Now, we've had some fantastic luck with Surging Sparks and even Twilight Masquerade. It's gone pretty well. It really is just a matter of how much can you get. It has to be, you have to get it on pre-order, because you can't just like say, oh, I'm going to spend $2,000 or $20,000 right now. I'm going to get it. I'm going to hope I sell it all. I'm going to sell it all and then go back and get more. No, it's upfront. You got to go in big. The guys that are way bigger than me, that have been doing this for years, that know way more than me, they're taking out loans. They're going in heavy. They're like, give me 100,000 of Twilight Masquerade. I'm going to flip it all in a few days. I'm going to get other people to come help me pack it up. I'm going to pay them because they're making bank. This is what it's like if you're a small shop by yourself, running it yourself, having to invest the money yourself, not wanting to go and take out big loans or anything, just work within my means of what I have available right now. Now, I'm looking at the future. I'm looking at things like Prismatic Evolutions. I wish I could just go buy 100,000 of it, because we all know it's just selling out. But then we have a different problem. there's not enough of it to go around. Everybody wants to do that. And, you know, I shared what I know I'm going to get. It's barely anything. I asked for like 400% more than they said that I could get guaranteed. And I'm still waiting for that. Hopefully I'll know soon. I'll share it with you. Once I know that information, I'm going to get it up on the site and figure out a way to distribute it evenly to everybody. It's probably going to be buy one of each item for everyone that I can possibly get it to. But it could end up being like 20 people. That's just unfortunately what it's looking like right now. So we'll see how it goes. So let me know, out of all the things I listed today, if you were a shop and you had money to invest, what of those products would you get, if any, or would you even bother? Bear in mind, you've got to have stuff on the shelf. It might not sell fast, but if you've got nothing, nobody's going to keep coming back to your store. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll catch you in the next video.